Hi! Welcome to another episode of Keep Going Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about therapy, specifically art therapy. A therapy is intended to relieve or heal a disorder. But what if what you like doing the most is your kind of therapy, for as long as it's good? Something common but helpful? Something natural but deep? Something complicated for some but expresses you, yourself? Today, we're going to talk about art therapy. Let us first get to know how Shell, Evie, Cleo, Thea, and Loffy got through their mental health situation through arts.
Hi, my name is Cielo Santos, Cielo for short. I currently work as virtual assistant as an engineer, and I'm also an artist who co-founded a page called Baguio Artisans Hub, where we sell different art materials and also give workshops here in Baguio City. Art and music has always been the best outlet for me for my emotions since I was a child. Thankfully, this was what was ingrained in me at a very young age. So to be able to bring out your feelings through art, I would either paint out my frustrations or also draw out my happiness, whichever emotion will do. When I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder a few years back, art has really been one of the things that I held on to. Whether I was depressed at my lowest or extremely manic at my highest, art has always been able to ease my feelings to be balanced. It has helped me become grounded and helped me stick to reality. And in turn, it has also helped me calm down whenever I run out of medication. So yes, arts and crafts has helped me a lot and is still my forever partner in battling my mental illness, my lack of serotonin and dopamine. Not only am I able to bring out my emotions, but I'm also able to create something concrete and to look at it in the future as a reminder of how I am battling and how I am reminiscing what I feel at that certain moment in time. And yes, art will always be a constant in my life, and I think everyone should try it too. Thank you.
Hi, this is Evie, and I am currently not affiliated with any company or organization, but by profession, I am a licensed guidance counselor, though I am not practicing my craft at the moment. And it's also ironic because I am battling my own mental illness, which is depression and anxiety. But that's besides the point. For me, crafts and arts has helped me cope with my situation by empowering me that I can do a lot of things and create a lot of things despite of how I feel sometimes and how I think of myself, because I know that I can create things. And sometimes, some days, that's more than enough as a reminder that we're all getting there. But there's hope that we can get through this and we're not alone.
Hi, I'm Cleo and I'm a member of Baguio Mental Health Support Group and Telna. I'm a licensed professional teacher, but I'm not currently teaching. I am the person behind Sew Beans, which is an online craft shop. I've been sewing since 2010 and creating has always been my passion. The crafts that I've tried are sewing, resin crafting, quilling, origami, card making, cross-stitching, embroidery, and watercolor painting. Crafting has always helped me with my very low self-esteem. I started by making gifts for my friends and family. Finishing a project always gives me a sense of accomplishment and the feeling of, oh, I made this and people liked it. My crafts reminded me that I am capable of something, especially at times when I'm completely convinced that I'm not. Crafting is also an escape for me because it prevents me from overthinking and it keeps me focused. And so that is how crafting helped me with my mental health. Good day.
Hello, thank you Keep Going family for inviting me. You've been a huge help when it comes to my healing and coping. My name is Thea. I'm an artist. I run a small homegrown craft store named Thea Rosa along with local artisans across the Philippines. I'm also a freelance educator and together with Ate Loffy, we create some advocacy events that includes mental health awareness campaigns. So art has always been a part of me that I'm not even conscious at first that it helps my mental health. I started painting when I was 8, but childhood horrors happened and life made me make art and writing not so socially acceptable, so I stopped for some time. But I've learned that impeding yourself to make art and write equates on repressing yourself to breathe life. So in college, I went back to it and used it merely as an outlet. So I was writing, filmmaking, hiding the horrors of life in metaphors and fictional characters. But during my last year in the university, I became sick of it, just reiterating the pain in those pieces, and I want to make something more purposeful. As we did our required research, I thought of Violence Against Women as it was my personal advocacy and thought of using art and writing to inform, and in that same way, I took it as my chance to deal with my emotional and mental state with regards to that issue. And gratefully, our professors and our college supported and it succeeded. From then until today, I try to share and introduce art and writing to every people I would meet. I introduce it as a hobby for students or a livelihood for those unemployed, brought art to children in orphanage and church, and with that, I felt it was more purposeful and helpful. And that coping was not just interior, but it has become extensive. And that was perhaps my turning point, that art was just so powerful to connect you from yourself again. And through art, we can find resolution and healing, and that we should never stop trying and keep going.
Hi everyone, Loffy here. I am a freelance graphic designer and I do commissioned work such as portraits, website art, book covers, posters, and logos. I am also a crafter and I run my own craft shop called Mostly Monsoon, where I make random stuff out of felt, paper, and cardboard, but mostly felt. One of the ways arts and crafts have helped me manage my mental health is by teaching me mindfulness. This is because I have a habit of overthinking, which can get pretty intense at times, and it causes me great stress and anxiety to the point that I am sometimes literally immobilized by my thoughts. So crafting calms my mind and brings me back to the present, especially the mindless repetitive acts of cutting paper or sewing cloth. It's sort of like meditation, and rather than dwell on my negative thoughts, I can instead focus on the colors and the design of the thing that I'm making. Arts and crafts also allows my imagination to run wild and free, and there is that warm fuzzy feeling of self-fulfillment whenever I finish a piece of craft or a design project. But perhaps the greatest benefit for my mental health has been discovering a community of like-minded artists and kindred spirits. Through the arts, I've bonded with some really amazing people like Thea, Cleo, Evie, Shell, and Harlene. I am grateful and blessed to know them, and they are living proof of the beauty and power of the arts.
We have heard the awesome experiences from some of our artsy and crafty friends. Now, let's get to know more about art therapy through our guest, who's a full-time psychologist, play therapist, and artist who introduced plastic bag art, Mr. Jojet Mondares.
So, hello there, Sir Jojet. First of all, I'm Harlene, by the way, and I'm gonna ask you some questions about Psychstart and art therapy. So, first question po is, what made you establish Psychstart and what inspired you in doing such?
Actually, I started Psychstart sometime 2018. Prior to Psychstart, nag-open ako ng clinic na ang pangalan ay Art Psych. Sometime around 2016 yon. It was open because I really wanted to have an avenue or a place where friends could drop by, for a chit chat, or if ever there are individuals who would like to seek help, at least may mapupuntahan sila. Because before, kakaunti lang yung mga clinics or centers na pwedeng puntahan. So hindi naman pwede na sa restaurant or sa cafe kasi
Opo.
looking into the confidentiality, so mas maganda kung may privacy. So yon, while I was working with the Philippine Military Academy, I opened the clinic. Pumupunta ako doon after office hours. Then after some time, naisip ko tumataas yung demand for a request for consultation, counseling, and psychotherapy. So I decided to leave yung government service to become full-time. So that's where I established na yung Psychstart as a clinic.
Ayun po. Thank you, sir. So, ano po yung mga specific po na nagagawa nyo to help people with mental illness?
Yeah, okay. Ang isang objective namin is really to make psychological services available to the public. So aside from the regular paid services, we provide free, once a month free consultation and intervention. This is to make sure that even those individuals who are not capable really, or for those who are having a problems in terms of, let's say, raising an amount for their intervention, at least they get to have one at least once a month. So that's our commitment. So once a month, may free services kami. And one thing, Psychstart is committed also in giving trainings and opportunities for clinicians. So at least we get to help more individuals if we get to bring together, practitioners who are willing to serve the public.
So, sir, since we're talking about consultation and therapy, there is this kind of therapy that we want to talk about. This is art therapy. Sir, what is this art therapy?
Okay. Yung art therapy, isa lang siya actually sa mga interventions or technique na binibigay ng office. Actually, binibigay lang siya depende kung tingin namin appropriate yung intervention dun sa client. So, ano nga ba ang art therapy? Well, basically, it is an intervention. It's an alternative to the regular talk therapy na binibigay natin, since there are individuals kasi na who are not capable of expressing in words yung kanilang nararamdaman. So we provide them an avenue with the use of pen and paper or paint or whatsoever, or art as a medium, so that they would be able to express what they feel. So in art therapy, we provide the typical intervention, but in a different medium, and that is with the use of arts. But there are individuals who are not comfortable really na magsalita, either because the concern is indeed very intense, for example, or probably because of possible trauma, hindi pa siya capable to express kung ano yung nararamdaman niya talaga. So we do not force the individual to really talk. So we use art intervention at least to provide an avenue to express even without words. And also, there are cases whereby the client is too young, so hindi niya kayang i-express yung kanya talagang nararamdaman. So we use pictures, we use drawings, we use lines, we use colors, so that at least in a way, even limited yung expression in words, at least napagdadaanan niya or nagagawa pa rin niya yung process of intervention.
So aside from art therapy, what are the other kinds of intervention or therapy that you guys provide?
Basically, meron kami nung traditional intervention, na yung counseling and psychotherapy, whereby we get to talk to the individual. Sa art intervention naman, aside from the typical pen and paper, ginagamit ko rin yung arts and craft. One of which is yung plastic bag art. I actually use plastic as a symbol for the self, and in the process, we get to understand the self further as we do the artwork I call plastic bag art.
Mm. So napunta tayo sa plastic bag art, sir. When did you start doing plastic bag arts? Tapos, what inspired you to share this kind of art to people?
It started sometime 2007, no? Hindi pa ako psychologist noon, no? I was under
Yes, sir.
training when I started this one. Paano ba siya nag-start? Actually, it started because I tried experimenting, no, sa mga plastic bags na nakakalat noon because we had a problem with waste disposal sa Baguio before.
Mm-hmm.
And since ako as an artist is nasa upcycling ako, so I've been into recycling materials. So sinubukan kong paglaruan yung plastic bags until such time na-realize ko, no, through trial and error, naisip ko, na-discover ko na pwede palang pagdikit-dikitin yung plastic bags. So, in the process, nakagawa ako ng several art pieces. Kaya yung mga artworks ko, kung titignan mo, parang pintura siya, pero kung lalapitan, gawa sa plastic bags lahat yon. At first, I started merely sharing the idea of transforming plastic bags into art, at least to help, no, doon sa reduction ng plastic waste community. So yun,
Mm-hmm.
dinadala ko sa mga schools para i-share sa mga teachers, sa mga students, no? But as I went along, no, as I went through the process at habang nag-grow din ako sa profession, sa psychology, so I decided to fuse in naman yung psychology doon sa art making. No? That's why nung naging psychologist na ako, no, nilagyan ko siya ng medyo mas malalim na proseso
Mm-hmm.
whereby I made use of plastic bags as a symbol for the self. So the process of making a plastic bag art is actually a process of transforming the self.
Mm. It was really so meaningful. So, parang naiisip ko din, parang while you're explaining what inspired you, it's not lang pala na the other things na we know that we could use plastic like recycling, like we could make eco bricks. Hindi
Yeah,
lang pala
eco
siya
bricks.
doon. So parang it was really amazing to know, sir, na I watch your videos nga po, parang sa how can sir make this one? Kasi as for me din po, I am also doing arts like felt art and some friends taught me how to do that one. And I was really amazed when I knew na we could really make pala art from plastic bag. But anyway, sir, what are your future plans para po mapalawig yung kaalaman ng mga tao about your group, Psychstart,
Okay.
and about therapy or art therapy, na may ganito palang mga kinds ng therapy? Kasi there are some people na afraid to even undergo the therapy kahit na they were not yet diagnosed. Takot na silang ma-diagnose, at the same time, takot din silang mag-therapy. So, paano nyo po kaya sila parang ma-inspire na to go with therapy and to have proper diagnosis din po, sir?
Art in itself is therapeutic. Kaya nga, when we talk about managing stress and managing anxiety, isa sa mga tinuturo namin is to have an avenue for expression, no? An avenue to release the tension. In art making, in a way, no, calms the self. So coming up with an artwork helps actually in managing stress and anxiety. So art making alone is therapeutic. However, there are cases where we be needing, no, a psychologist who can help us in the process. Why? It is because a therapist can create a therapeutic environment. A therapist will know when to hold the moment so that the experience can be more therapeutic. And the therapist would know when and how to end the process. So while art intervention alone or art making alone is therapeutic in itself, there are cases where we need somebody, and you know, a therapist to help us journey in the process of art making so that at least we get to understand more the process in the artwork that we do in therapy. Now, I'm not saying everyone should undergo art therapy. No, there are several ways. No, art therapy is just one example, one of the creative therapists that we know. We have several creative therapists. That's why it is important for us to know saan ba tayo. No? So, kung minsan takot ka na medyo hindi naman ako marunong mag-drawing. Paano ako mag-undergo ng art therapy? Ganun, no? You have to understand na ang art therapy is not about aesthetics. It is actually an expression. So kahit hindi ka marunong mag-drawing, but if you are able to express messages with the use of lines, colors, shapes, or symbols, then you are capable of undergoing art therapy or art-based intervention. Okay? The process of doing art alone is therapeutic. Why? No? Yung movements ng kamay mo, no? That in itself is a release of tension. No? Kaya nga yung hand painting minsan, napakaganda. It's very tactile. The sensation that we get as our hand touches the paint and as the paint is spread in the canvas, it creates, it allows the fluidity of the energies of the body and the mind. That makes it calming. That helps us, in that moment, it helps us realize things as we go through the process. Sometimes, hindi mo kailangan i-explain pa kung ano nangyayari sa'yo. Because after doing the art, nararamdaman mo na okay pala. So that in itself is okay. And how do we maintain that? Sometimes we really have to seek assistance kung hindi natin na-maximize yung benefit ng ginagawa natin. So I hope people will get to realize that aside from the traditional na kinakausap ka ng counselor or nag-uusap, may other ways. No? And so minsan, kung hindi ka comfortable na magsalita, may art-based intervention whereby bihira, may mga instances sa art-based intervention na hindi nga kayo gaano nag-uusap ng therapist mo. But the moment that is being created by the therapist and you as a client in the therapy is in itself therapeutic. So I hope we get to see that. I hope people will get to recognize that. And going into yung plastic bag art, yung meron akong tinatawag na plastic bag art caravan. It is actually a program where I bring plastic bag art from one city to another. At this time, we are already on our 26th stop sa plastic bag art. And hopefully after this COVID-19, matuloy yung invitation sa Isabela and Paris for the staging of the plastic bag art caravan. I'm doing this because I would like to tell people that we can use plastic bags as an art substitute or as an art material. And aside from that, I would like to bring the message of hope, whereby as I teach plastic bag art, I get to orient people na ang plastic bags, basura man sa paningin ng iba, itong basurang to, pwede pang maging obra. So just like the person, you may think of yourself as a trash or as a basura, but pag pinag-ukulan mo ng panahon yan, yung basurang yan, pwede pang maging obra. It can still become a masterpiece. Yan.
Wow. That's a very nice message, sir. Grabe, parang natamaan. Kasi minsan, actually, I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety. And I went through therapy then before, but due to finances, I stopped then. So yeah, it really came into my mind na, oo nga, I sometimes think that I am kind of trash. But anyway, it was really good to know about this thing, sir. And art is also my therapy before, and it really helped me a lot. But anyway, sir, how could we help you with this advocacy, especially with the plastic art?
Okay. Actually, itong ginagawa natin, letting the people know that psychological services are available for the people is already a big help. Aside from that, if we would really want to be hands-on in joining the program, we can organize workshops, plastic bag art workshops or seminars. We get to invite people, so that at least we get to teach how these things are done. I get to multiply myself, and those individuals who will be joining the workshop can also help me in staging other workshops in transforming plastic bags into art. No? So yon. And of course, helping us, no? The group can help us in telling people that no, we are offering free services, that psychological services need not be expensive. Okay? Yeah, no, medyo mahal, no, especially sa Manila.
Mm.
Pero may mga opportunities din tayo, like we have free services. In Baguio alone, the Psychological Association of the Philippines Northern Luzon had been helping groups, had been organizing groups to offer free services online, especially today that we are still in extreme community quarantine.
Mm-mm.
So for those individuals who will be needing help, kahit online siya, they can just visit the Psychstart FB page. They
Mhm.
can set an appointment with us. Then our psychometrician will keep in touch with them and schedule them accordingly para ma-assign sila sa psychologist na available for their concern.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Okay, maraming salamat.
And that's our interview with Mr. Jojet Mondares. We do hope that it enlightened you about arts and therapy. Do not be afraid to consult to experts about your mental health, and do not be afraid to go through the process needed for healing. Indeed, art is a natural therapy. Art, in any way, in any form, is one of the best ways to express ourselves, heal our spirit, body, and mind. Let's keep going.